I'll tell you when it comes up. I'm
Okay, the
refreshing
stream is delayed. It's delaying, so there will be it'll take 30 seconds to stop. So the bands will take some time. So,
All right. T4GK versus RDMP. Pretty default bands, to be honest. The Goyo's quite an interesting one, though.
I'm telling you, TG4K are gonna win this game. I mean, they're the best team in
Yeah,
Tier
I haven't
4 right
really
now.
seen much from either team, so I mean, it's going to be quite a surprise from my point of view. But
I mean, if I don't see a 5 KD from Darks, I'm maybe quite disappointed, to be honest. A big
yeah, I
mouth.
mean, this game is literally based off a shit
Attackers need
talk
to
war,
locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
The stream's working now.
Okay,
which is
lovely. That's
definitely
the delay
do,
coming in. So it's a standard
do-
CC hold. I mean, nothing too much. Jesus Christ, they changed the spectator settings.
Yeah, I know it's quite different.
Yeah, it's
I
number
think
pads.
it's for the better though. It seems easier to do.
A minute prep.
I mean, I used to do a bit of costing on PS, and it was definitely a lot harder back then. I haven't really done much lately, but it's quite a default lineup for the defenders as well. Interesting City Jaeger one, right? It's not really in the meta much anymore since both of them have been there.
Bomb
but
located by
we'll
attackers.
see how RDMP will play it.
Surrogate deployed.
Looks like T4GK going for that extra intel with the Yana Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, there's also standard hold here.
Laser gate in position.
Head holds. I mean, there's
Well,
no
I don't
electrification.
know. Are they head holes? Are they?
Well, I mean, you
They're
can shoot through
pretty
them,
bad holes.
and you can
10
jump through them.
seconds to insertion.
I mean,
I don't know, I'm
TG4K.
questioning some of these rotates from the
5
mute.
seconds to go.
I mean, TG4K just walking around here. I mean, they're just droning around here.
Attackers'
It's
objective
looking
is
like
to
they're just
defuse
gonna
a
walk
bomb.
in here.
Yeah, it looks like a full default push from Garage and CCTV Breach.
I mean, if you look at their ops with the sledge, the Twitch, it looks like they're trying to get breach open with the Twitch. Or
Quite
any
a good lineup, to
electrification.
be honest. Let's hope that RDMP can back their shit talking and pull a few rounds out here.
I mean, it is a pretty standard hold here, and I mean, Highland's going straight in.
Yeah, it's interesting though, if you look at RDMP, they've opened up construction single panel.
Already they have
A bomb has been
I
located.
mean, Jaeger's just holding red. Not doing much. I mean, RDMP have complete control of the game now. Forced him to drop back. I mean, the pressure really coming on construction. They have two
Players in
construction.
construction, wow.
Two players in construction, lovely.
Seems like...
And he's just jumped into side. They have side.
Oh my god.
T4GK having side here. More
Let's
Twitch.
see how he's gonna hold up against these guys. Oh no.
I mean, they have complete side control already here. That's the one.
My
That's the double by
God,
Mortal.
Darks gets flicked on Mortal, picking up his second frag of the round. Gets taken
C4
out by
goes down.
Roy on the cash stairs. The plant is going down though. Gets shut down by the Jaeger, and it's a 1v2. All left down to Bulls. Can he lock out the round for his team? It was going so well for T4GK. 1 minute 30 left on the clock. Yana has loads of time to clutch this out, but he doesn't know the two positions of the final two remaining defenders.
I mean, he's in a very sticky position. Bombs on default B. They have cash control. They're holding it. And he's discovered it. Yeah, he has. Smoking it off.
To get
Nading
rid of
rotate. Ooh!
What?
The nade
What an
kill!
ace, Bulls. That is just straight game sense there.
I mean, he's
Beautiful play. Just 1v1 Jaeger versus Yana now.
Diego holding the window. So he
Both
does,
want
sends
to
in a
kill
fake.
the guy.
See if he destroys it. I mean, he's gonna peek it, revealing his position, missing the shot here, so he knows to peek. And he wins it!
Bulls with
Oh
the
my
1v2.
god! In the 1v2!
That's going to definitely get a tempo for T4GK. Don't know, RDMP must feel pretty shook after that. I mean, they lost sight control within about 45 seconds of the round and then managed to
Lost
throw
sight.
a 2v1.
Lost sight, gained it
Not
back, and then lost a 2v1. How is that possible?
Not really the opening round they would want to be seeing, especially on such a defender-sided map. I mean, Maverick and Thatcher were both banned. TG4 CLUBHOUSE didn't even get the main breach open. They literally just jumped in CCTV window and went for an all-out frag fest in the bomb site. Interesting that RDMP are going to be going back to CCTV cache after that shocking defeat. But a really nice solo play there from Bulls.
I mean, they haven't learned
Attackers
obviously
need to
because they're playing the
locate and
same
defuse as
operators.
many bombs as they can.
I mean, it's just a stay standard play. Have one player, the one man reinforcing garage, the Rooney making the head holes. Jaeger's just sitting on CC, trash talking probably. I mean, it's
He'll
a
probably
very
just be spamming some more racist comments.
Oh, the smoke making some head holes.
I think I'll end up blacklisting him from the server because it's just ridiculous. I mean, yeah, nothing wrong with a bit of friendly competition, but when it's that, it's just not really necessary.
Magnet deployed. Magnet ready.
I mean,
Slow
wow.
set up from Redemption.
Bottom red.
Ready for grenades.
C4GK are bringing a lot of utility here to potentially get the wall. I mean, I like the buck pick. It brings a lot of soft destruction as well as sledge. Potential to get some nades off below and some vertical onto cache, as the floor is soft in there.
I mean, they've gone for the same. They've gone for the same operators here with the buck, probably pushing from
10
underneath
seconds
on the
remaining.
Arnold, looking to get some frags from underneath of the Twitch and the AS to get the wall, and maybe the sledge to
5
rim
seconds
around.
left before
I mean,
insertion.
We are now protecting
RDMP have not learned anything,
Attackers' objective is to
obviously,
locate a
because
bomb
they haven't
and
brought in
defuse it.
electrification. What let them lose the wall in the first place? I mean, it's looking to be a remake of round 2.
activating jammer.
Yeah. T4GK getting straight in there on the drones to find out the gaps in the defense of the orange team. Redemption knows those
Bomb
drones are
located by
coming in.
attackers.
Dark's just holding the drone hold down. Looks
Let's
a bit
see how
lost
quickly
there
they
and-
can get the door. Let's see how quickly they can get the breach open. Not that too quickly it seems because of the mute. They're getting naded from below already here.
Yeah, just clearing utility from
And
below. I
breach
mean,
has fallen already. Let's see if they can get chucking a nade here.
Grenade out.
With no utility on the bridge. Wow.
yeah, Dark's is going to lose a sliver of HP there by that nade. T4GK using these grenades really well, making vertiles, going for wall. I mean, it's really putting RDMP under a lot of pressure here, as wherever they stand in the objective, the nades are just being fired in from all
And
angles.
that's the
Not
breach.
yet. Breach is open now, but not yet found any kills.
And they're just going to jump in here. Mortal getting the kill,
Quick
running
finds
in.
ahead of the Whammy in rafters, and he has taken site control yet again. Token with the frag onto Darks, Jaeger with one onto Highland. 3v3 now.
The Jaeger with the double
Nice
kill
double
here.
from Jaeger, yeah.
Nothing back.
But the defenders just going for these retakes. Bulls is still bottom garage. Interesting considering his other teammate was in sight.
I mean, it's a 2v3 run. They've lost 2v1s. I wouldn't be surprised here. Oh, he's going to lose that gunfight.
Yeah, Jaeger's just not quite connecting his shots there.
I mean, they're
Onto
taking
Mortal.
back site already here, just droning around. I mean, there's no flanks coming from Redemption here. They're really just waiting for this push, and he gets the kill.
Jaeger gets a triple, taking out Mortal and securing site control for his team. All left down to Bulls again. We've seen him clutch before. Can he do it again in round 2? Aero's going to be rotating down below for some C4 play. It looks like he's going to be making the flank onto Rafters. The Bulls knows
Gets the
about
kill,
it.
1v2.
Finds ahead of
Ooh.
Aero.
I mean, it's really just a standard play from here, holding A. I mean, I would, if personally, I would get someone on B as well to hold on the side. But I mean, they're really just playing this out like a ranked game, to be honest. I mean, Diana has complete control of CC. I mean, she can walk around whoever she wants. She knows where they are here, knowing they're on cash and red here.
With 15 seconds
on a smoke
still
here.
on the board, it's going to be difficult for Bulls to do this again.
And he
Oh,
loses
and
the
he-
1v1.
Yeah. 4K for Jaeger though, that was a pretty nice round from him. I mean, he's fragging out there. Unfortunate though that they let the attackers take such quick site control of CCTV for the second round. I think for Redemption here, they just need to adapt to that aggression from the attackers, because they didn't really change much of their lineup there. They should be looking for at least 4 defensive wins here, though, because looking at the band, it's definitely going to be extremely defender-sided.
I mean, it's going to be an easy game for TG4K if they take the majority of RDMP's defense rounds. I mean, RDMP
Yeah.
still not learning, going for the second full gym play with no electrification, 6th pick in the castle. I mean, they're not doing any wardenize, no mute.
I find it absolutely unbelievable that they're going to be sticking the Oryx and picking Oryx and Vigil to start off. It's just they're minimizing the utility they bring. I mean, the castle's probably a bit better, but again, they're going to make it very easy for the wall to be open, especially with the Mav and Thatcher
Attackers
bands.
need to
Maybe
locate and
you would
defuse as many
expect a
bombs
bit
as they
more
can.
defense to be put against the main walls here, and the breach is just going to get easily open. But it's good that they've got the mirror to counter that breach play. When the breach gets open, they're going to have another obstacle to pass.
Very good look at
But
them.
the way T4GK have been using their utility, I reckon they'll be able to frag this mirror out pretty quickly.
I mean,
I mean, Highland, we've seen him go for vertical nades and take out the utility on the breach before.
to be honest, I think TG4K can play this out pretty quickly. I'm sure they've droned out the mirror hole, so they know that she's there. I mean, they can spend one ace on just opening the wall, and another ace just throwing the mirror. I mean, it's pretty much easy take. No wardenizers are going to stop them anyway, so why not?
Let's see, Kai. I mean, I know you're a bit biased towards TG4K as obviously you play for them, but I think the Orange team have a good chance here. I like in the look of the setup.
Reload. Let's get in place.
I mean, with the Oryx roaming around, let's see what the Oryx can do. Let's see if he's doing anything helpful here. He's just roaming around bar here.
Now you don't.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to
10
throw
seconds remaining.
T4GK off, though.
I mean, if TG4K have a full ground full sweep, I mean,
5
they're going to
seconds
easily
left.
take. They're easily going to clear this Oryx out. And I mean, with all the holes that Oryx is probably opening up
Attackers
to
are
jump
moving to
through and
defuse the
up,
bomb.
they can easily take sight with just throwing nades. I mean,
Yeah, but it depends if they see that in the way the Orange team's set up. I mean, it's definitely going to be, if they drone it out properly, then Oryx will get pinched out, but it's definitely going to stall a lot of time. Playing out in Strip Club especially, it opens up opportunities for him to counter the hot tub balcony as
I mean,
well.
it's already happening here. Oryx is already being pushed. I mean, they've obviously droned him out. They're droning him now strip. He's going to swing. I mean, the Oryx has nothing really to do.
Yeah, Bucks put some nice pressure on him, but Matty finds the head.
Wins the
of
gunfight with
Oakley.
Bart.
A poor pinch from the blue team. Will they be able to close him out before he leaves Strip Club? Have bar control. Oh, good Orange.
And the pinch. This is exactly what I was talking about. The pinch, the ground full pinch, the utility, the knowledge, the info they have. He's just crumbling it against RDMP. RDMP just can't run a roamer against these guys because they're just roam clearing. They may be able to play it in cash. I mean, they're just clearing things out individually. I mean, they can't do much. The nades. I mean, the utility that they brought along, they're utilizing it really well.
Yeah, again, Yana on the nades, just taking out the mute jammers and the walls in arm. I mean, we saw on round one the mute jammers got taken out, but now there's not even need for the mute jammers to be taken out, just grenading out all the Aruni gates, everything that needs to be done is getting done.
Out here. Quickly misses, just slightly misses. Diana.
Interesting angle played here from Darks. I would expect at this point him to still be in cash, but Yana's going to push in. Darks is not going to hit the shot.
And he uses
Pulls out the
gunfire.
pistol. Oh no, that is really Darks just letting his
Let's see
team
how
down there with that gunplay.
And the mirror of RDMP is just walking around Jim, knowing that he's actually pinging him. And Highland is taking out Error
A bomb
here.
has been located.
That's his second for the round.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Oh my god.
Wow, that is just a
That
complete
is just
parade of
crazy.
frags.
The smoke of RDMP panicking now, running back into free construction. He hears him. And that's very unlucky here, but Troy gets the kill and see ya.
Interesting to see the smoke playing so far out, but that's going to be the second round on the board for RDMP. It looked pretty bad for them in the first two rounds as the attackers were getting in sight so quickly, but they're actually starting to get some structure to them as we head into round 4. Will they be able to keep this win streak 2 rounds in a row? Can they get a third on the board? We've seen Troy with some nice round lockouts and some nice frags as well from the mirror last round.
Are they winning? Yes. Are their struts working? Yes. Are TG4K fragging better than them? Yes. It's really the 1v1s that are gonna really win them this match if they do win this match. And I mean RDMP are just not winning the 1v1s. They're winning the refrags. And I mean that early kill from the Oryx really got the pace running here, but he was quickly pinched. I mean once he got that kill, he should have just dropped off. But no,
Defenders,
Yeah.
protect your
it's that
bombs from being
greediness, that
defused by
hungriness, that
attackers.
hunger, that's really causing these losses.
Also, I think it was a bit of a mechanical issue there with the gunfights in construction. I mean, they gave up cash too early, and it was luckily that Troy clutched up the round.
New feed active.
But, I mean, I think it was a pretty risky play there. Gamble on Gym Bedroom.
I mean, it took 1 nade and they dropped cash. I mean, cash is a very important site. Sorry, correction. It's a very important part of the map. I mean, once you have cash, you have construction control. You launch into logic. I mean, you launch it quite into many places, and they just gave up after 1 frag. I mean, personally, I would want my team to fight harder for it. And I mean, look at this. They're standing for those teams. I mean, what really can you do there? Can't really go wrong with the
Yeah, I mean, I think this lineup for Redemption is pretty decent, actually. The Valkyrie's going to create lots of C4 opportunities. I think having these Melusi devices set up across the different choke points is going to really put the defenders in a good position.
10
But
seconds
with,
left before
again, the
insertion.
Yano, the grenades, the Zephyr lifelines, I
5
think
seconds
the
to go.
attackers have got the right utility to counter this heavy utility play from the defenders.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
No Wamai as well, which is quite interesting. I mean, we've seen Redemption running the Wamai every round almost, but so the deployable shield from smoke is going to be a bit more vulnerable to the utility from the attackers here.
I mean,
Valkyrie just sees the players just
look
running
at the
past
utility
it.
on TG4K. The 3 flashes, the 3 flashes on Buck, the 3 flashes on Hibana, the 2 nades on the Ayana. I mean, TG4K are a really utility heavy team. As you can see. I mean, the Valkyrie of Arrow is just walking around. Hungry, this is the hunger that we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite an aggressive position. Just pushing up red stairs. I mean, no intel from them whatsoever. Troy's going to be rotating the utility now as they see that the push is not coming in from dirt. Arrow's just completely
A bomb
taken
has been
top floor
located.
control, and there's no drones on the top floor from the blue team. They're just leaving Arrow a position to flank completely.
TG4K don't really care about them having up the stairs. They get the first kill, but the Cast gets the refrag onto Zofia here.
That's actually good positioning from the castle there. I mean, it's interesting to see a rotate there as well, but TG4K have stormed bottom main very strongly.
That's
Looks
extremely
like
bad
that.
rotate. Let me tell you something. I when I was playing scrims, I took that rotate and we walked into the site. If you lose the gunfight when playing on that rotate, you lose the entire site. You cannot fight church once you lose that rotate. It's a good
Bomb
rotate to
located
have,
by
but
attackers.
if you lose it, it's not worth fighting for.
Yeah, but I guess Redemption are willing to pay that gamble. I mean, with Barcodes just winning so many of his gunfights this game, I think it's worth the risk for them, definitely. Hibana's going to get a nice pick onto Aero. Aero's just getting a bit greedy there, trying to sniff out the player in kitchen, but loses the fight. Jaeger has been droned, and he's down behind A-Case. Ball's going to be getting the pick, and it's now in a 3v1 situation. The blue team have taken complete site control, and Token's holding the crossfire. All left up to Matty.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser. Defenders
the
have
bomb
eyes
is
on the
down.
diffuser. Attackers need to protect it.
I mean, it's pretty much a dead round from this point. I mean, the shield is being used as a cover by the bug, and this is extreme play. I'm watching him.
Oh, and the castle barricade going to be let.
Gets a kill onto Hibana.
That's the problem with castle, though. I think the castle barricades sometimes actually mess you up completely. I mean, there he could have had a nice rotate into front arsenal and potential to retake the site, but now with the blue team taking top floor control on the hatch, Matty finds the head of CEO, swings in and loses the timer. Can he get the kill? Token finds the final kill, but unfortunately it was a nice try from the Melusi of the orange team, but not quite going to be able to get the frag.
I mean, Matty played the downtime very well. Matty played time low enough so that he was able to bend the time, so they knew that he had enough time to defuse, so they were forced to swing those angles. I mean, Matty got the kill on he got the kill on the guy that was upstairs in kitchen, and he got the kill that was the guy in the like. I mean, Matty played that extremely well. Just really unlucky to lose that 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's T4GK playing passive and playing the timer, whereas RDMP are more going for the aggression, which is good for clutch situations. Matty did well there, but unfortunately, because T4GK were just playing passive, holding tight angles, I think they locked out the round long ago. As soon as that diffuser was down, that was nearly unwinnable for Redemption. I mean, the positioning from T4GK was excellent in that situation. Matty just got very lucky to win some of those gunfights there. I mean, game sense shone through, really. He just knew where all of them were
Attackers
going to
need to
be,
locate and defuse as many
pre-throwing
bombs
the
as they
common
can.
spots, and it paid off for him. But unfortunately, couldn't quite go the full way. Time is just getting the better of it. Finally, going to see some adapting from the orange team as they head back to CCTV. They haven't really seen much success here previously in the matchup, but it looks like maybe with the bandit they could put up a better fight on the main breach.
I mean, they got a bandit, so that's something.
Yeah, I mean that's progress.
mean,
I wonder if we'll see any crazy CCTV window jump-ins again from T4GK.
I mean, they got the bandit. I mean, I think they've kind of learned a bit. Maybe they've opened the strap, but actually realized that they need to be a bandit or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that adapting, really. But the thing is, for that bandit-mute combo, they've lost the Jaeger or mine, and that's going to make them really susceptible to the Yana sledge, nades, and the buck flashbangs. I mean,
have they really adapted, or have they just kind of realized that they need some wood and now just a waste of their time? I mean, TG4K keep on jumping in.
10 seconds left
They've
before
jumped in
insertion.
multiple times into side just with CC window, and I mean, the easy answer to that would just be bringing up Frost or a Cat Can just
this is
to
interesting
take
to
some
see
damage.
Rooney in the basement.
Attackers
I
must
mean,
locate and defuse a
it's
bomb.
unusual to see.
She might be
this
sitting on the stairs
around.
waiting for spawn peek hit, but I mean, TG4K are going to be watching that obviously here.
Yeah, it's a pretty default position to play, but it could pay off for Darks. I mean, we've seen him use his game sense in lots of plays before previously, but
I mean, look at this speed, efficiency, the Ash from TG4K just.
yeah, instant map control. I mean, the preset drones from T4GK were pretty decent, and they've got stock control immediately into the round.
They have learned. They
Don't
have
keep
learned. They brought in a Rooney to block CC, but it's already gone already. So was that really worth it? No. I don't know what is this man doing. Like, he's just peeking
A bomb has been
the window
located.
with a shotty here. Not smart.
Yeah, I mean, the aggression that we've been talking about in earlier rounds from Redemption has actually almost lost them a lot more kills.
I mean, right now for TG4K just to walk up red and take the entire site is what essentially they need to do. I mean, they've
Yeah,
sacrificed.
just the bandit all on his own, to be honest.
They've sacrificed more. They sacrificed defending the site for not defending red stairs. I mean, that's quite stupid. I mean, but
Oh,
the double.
that's double. Darks finds one onto Highland, and Aero gets one for himself. It looks like the long hole's working out here for the orange team, just playing the off angles all the way back into master bedroom, extending out through con, and the orange team just winning their gunfights against T4GK here. Smoke's going to be spotted out of the barrel, but can't quite get the frag. The double swing from the orange team, and Barcode's going to be finding another kill. He is doing amazing in this game as he's on 11 kills. It's all left down to Bulls again in a 1 versus 5. Finds Darks, puts it into a 1v4, but only 1 minute left on the clock. This is looking very unlikely for the Ash of the blue team, but I mean let's not rule him out here.
It
Because
is
we've seen
defense.
him
So TG4K, although it looks like TG4K are currently getting like having a good fight with these guys. I mean, it is defense. This is a very defense sided map. I mean, so if TG4K come at least with another round, I mean, TG4K are on track to easily win this game. I mean, 3 defense rounds on Clubhouse on a 6-6. I mean, on attack that's
Attackers
really
will cover
good.
the diffuser.
So if they can keep the momentum of maybe winning the last attack round, I mean, they can easily breeze for attack.
Beauty's in place.
15 seconds left on the clock, a 1v3. Troy's just going to swing out the breach and absolutely destroy the Yana. This aggression from a smoke player is really unusual, but I mean, it's really working out for the orange team. They're taking T4GK by surprise and it's working out. Bit of a gamble though for a scrim, but I mean, fair play to them.
If
RDMP
TGK can
pretty smart.
counter this aggressiveness, I mean, Redemption have nothing to do. They can't really do anything. I mean, Redemption are just really getting just one gunfights. I mean, and now they've learned to play a slight tad less aggro, but more strats, playing more strats. But I mean, if TG4K just play a bit more aggro, start pushing as they did in the first rounds, I mean, it'll be easy. I mean,
Looks like a promising 6 pick coming out from Matty though. Off the Oryx onto the mute, a bit more denial on the walls, but I mean,
on Jim though, and we know TG4K, they're very aggro. I mean, TG4K, look at the setup, the sledge, the buck, the ace. I mean, this could very well just be a a logistics drop.
Defenders, protect your
Easy
bombs from
take
being
site, or
defused by attackers.
take someone jacuzzi. I mean,
yeah, it looks like Redemption are just going to be going for the default long hold onto cash room with the mirror in the default positions. Pretty standard hold from them, but will T4GK be able to counter this? I mean, we've seen Redemption use the long holds on the other top floor sites, TV Cash, and it worked out well for them. They just won all their gunfights using the shotgun holes and utility set up for them, and they held their angles quite nicely. But T4GK, I'm sure, will have learnt from the long holds and learned to push direct to site instead of contesting, because it just is a massive time burner. I mean, they've basically been losing rounds on gunfights and the timer, but start of the game was looking like it was going to be T4GK all over, but RDMP are pulling a pretty convincing comeback here.
I mean, if you look at what we need to focus on in this round, especially, is this cash room. This cash room was pretty much crucial in keeping the site,
10 seconds left.
even keeping destruction control. I mean, last round we played Jim. I mean,
5 seconds left
after
before
the first
insertion.
nade, RDMP just gave up. I mean, they've done it again. RDMP running off
Attackers'
cash.
objective is to defuse a
I mean,
bomb.
what's the point of using the barbed wire, reinforcing, casting off? You're not going to even play it. And now, the mute coming in and playing.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Playing in cash. I mean,
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
so look at this setup. Now, this is an ideal setup for RDMP on paper. I mean, they have the mute watching the crossfire all the way into bedroom. They have the mirror on her mirror window. They have the castle in Logi watching hatch, and they have the smoke downstairs roaming.
Yeah, but Kai, I think it's quite interesting how they have the mute playing the longest angle in the map with the SMG11. I just can't see that working out for them. And also unusual that Darks is playing the frag role here, so we've seen him playing support for the majority of the game and doing quite well position-wise, but his frags are really just lacking a bit. Dark's going to be making a flank up red stairs. Will Highland catch onto this? He's just crouch walking all the way up. So it looks like the Yana's going to get taken out here, but Highland's sneaking angle. Dark's going to be
Oh, he gets the frag here. Let's see what Highland does. Troy on the smoke rotates, and Troy gets the frag. Preview 4 already here. No wall zone just yet here. From the C4. C4 takes a chunk of damage off Twitch. Looking like another RDMP round, to be honest. Oh, the ping. The ping.
This could be beautiful stuff with the nade
Oh,
play.
I think he's been called that. He's moved off.
Oh, unfortunate. So close from balls, but I guess the call was just made slightly wrong. I mean, a slight error in communication and that can lose out on frags. It was so close from the ping there with the nade.
I mean, TG4K is still in the...
Attackers dropped the
No.
diffuser.
Loading new magazine!
Take
Troy
my words.
is third in the round. This man just doesn't stop fragging. Between him and Barcode, they have been shutting down the attackers one by one. And 4-2 could be on the horizon here for RDMP. I mean, it's a pretty decent Yeah, pretty decent scoreline, but not going to rule out balls and mortar as we've seen balls just absolutely frag out. And Matty
Matty getting the
finds
frag.
header balls. 20 seconds left on the clock. Mortal left on very low HP, stuck in Sister V. 4 versus 1, 15 seconds. It looks like it's all she wrote for the blue team.
10 seconds
Just gonna get
left.
swung here by the two SMG-11s in con, and Matty's going to find his second in the round. A beautiful round there from the two SAS operators, Smoke and Mute, finding a few kills each. And again, another nice hold from RDMP, really gaining the tempo here and pulling a nice comeback.
I mean, it's attack. Well, TG4K were playing attack and RDMP were playing defense. I mean, the two defense rounds were key. I mean, the two defense rounds can can keep it rolling because I mean, attack on Clubhouse played wrong, a tiny bit wrong can go catastrophically wrong, and TG4K maybe might have a really good defense round, and RDMP might not be able to outfrag the defense of TG4K. But I mean, if TG4K look at their setup now, they have the Mozzie, they have the One-Eye, the Rooney, the Bandit, the Legion. These guys are ready to defend cash. This is a perfect CC hold with electrifications, the traps, the wall denial. I mean,
It looks quite frag heavy to me though, and it's interesting that the attacking side of RDMP is going to be running heavy run for
Defenders
their
protect your
operators, and
bombs from being
the
defused
Flores
by
as well. That's
attackers.
quite interesting, not too commonly seen. That brings a lot of utility to the board. As well, interesting to see the IQ, considering that the blue team don't have a Valkyrie on the site or too much that IQ can counter. It's just really the Legion, but I mean, the majority of the time you can spot them out anyway.
I mean, it's a good setup, but there's no real point bringing a Flores if he's gonna be. I mean, Flores most of the time is gonna be destroyed quite quickly in CC when someone playing red. As soon as they hit the Flores is quite loud. So if someone's playing red, they're gonna destroy that quite quickly. So Flores is not really ideal on CC cash, but I mean, we never know. Maybe one might slip past and change the whole course of the round.
To be honest, I think it's all to play for. It really is. 4-2 on the split is a pretty default scoreline. I think it just depends on the players of each side just picking up the frags here as we switch sides.
10 seconds left.
And see how RDMP can attack this.
5 seconds remaining. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse
Looks like a
it.
pretty standard setup for T4K.
Check out the spawn. So 3 have spawned on warehouse. I mean, you know, nothing too weird. And they're already draining stock with that previous there. I mean, damage here.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Troy's taking damage. Oh!
Island finds the header barcode, the top fragger of Redemption taken down immediately. A good start to the round for T4GK.
I mean, all it takes is one nice headshot. Yeah. Pumped up wanting to win. I mean, look at this. I mean, their jackals died and they're all rotating off site. I mean, their Flores has died and they're all rotating off site. I mean, this is really the right thing to do.
I mean, that's a big tick as well, taking the Jackal off the board. The Romans are free to roam now. No Jackal and the top fragger. That's going to be putting at Redemption at a big disadvantage.
Talking about roaming, there's only really the Legion who's
Grab the drone
and the Legion and the Mozzie. And as you said, as I say that, Mozzie takes a kill on Arrow here. I mean, this is looking like a TG4K round here. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see as soon as the Jackal's off the board, the Romans just go wild.
I mean, that's unlucky. Troy getting fragged out and getting swung on as soon as he doesn't peek. I mean,
Just each time in there, Kai. I mean, that all of us have had those situations. The second you look away, you get swung. Troy's going to be desperately tried to finish by the attack, by the defenders just throwing free impact out in an attempt to finish him. Shot down, Matty whiffs his shots, and a flawless round for T4GK.
Flawless round from T4GK. I mean, that was a perfect round. I mean, they played it out perfectly.
Spotless defense. I would argue maybe a bit greedy with the 3 impacts out the window, but apart from that, it was a really flawless defense, yeah.
I
And
mean,
they really just counter-stratted the push from the attackers as well.
I think Jackal was the key to that first pick. Maybe possibly even doing a bottom-up sweep, because once the Jackal died, I mean, they all rotated straight to Logi, and I mean, they dropped Logi. They all got picked off one by one in the construction, and this is the thing about construction. You cannot double swing construction if you know there's somebody watching construction, because the person's just gonna kill you. And they've done that. They've died, and then Troy, who's been on CC window, has been unfortunate to get swung on from garage, but he's done then died. I mean, in that situation, you can't really do anything. But maybe changing the game plan, slowing it down a bit, wasting a bit more time for wasting the attack. Sorry,
Attackers need
correction,
to
the defender's
locate and
time.
defuse as many
Maybe
bombs
taking a
as they
bit
can.
taking a bit of their Jaegers, their one mines.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think with RDMP going into the attacking rounds, they pushed a bit ahead of the drones. I mean, Darks was pretty good on the drones, and his calls as the IGL have been pretty decent on the defending rounds so far, as well as the strats. It's just the drone work there that round was a bit sloppy. The fraggers pushing too far ahead of the support drones, and it was just a bit of a sloppy attack there from RDMP. It looks like the comms were maybe a bit clustered, but it's still all to play for. I mean, they're still one round up. Let's see if the T4GK defense can keep it up. Paul's making some holes for a potential C4 onto kitchen entrance and freezer here. No, just going to be throwing a vault cam out there, but he's also making potential vert holes for the attackers to take.
I mean, it looks like they're
10 seconds
draining
remaining.
bar. I mean, this is going to be looking like a standard bar take, to be honest.
5 seconds remaining.
But the thing is that I don't think RDMP are still aware of that cab and that vigil. And that cab and the cab is on that counter. I see when she's playing. The cab is just sitting in Logi. And this spot is
Looks
deep.
like the attacker's going to be going for a blue dirt push as they've spawned over on construction site. Getting a bit of damage taken off them by the vigil, but it's going to be pretty even still.
It's a
Hibana's
damage
going to be
streak,
at
to be honest.
55 health. Vigil's going to lose a sliver of HP, but
Now that they have that vigil, I mean, they're
still
deep
all
in
to
blue.
play for.
They're deep in blue already here. This fast-paced action.
Looks
I
like
mean-
T4GK are also going to be very aggressive in their defensive rounds, but the blue team
Oh,
getting
redemption!
destroyed.
And this is
Barco's
the
just
flank.
walked straight into blue. Found the
Vigil.
vigil, but
Oh,
it looks like Mortal's just going to be there for the double refrag, and has just completely retaken all the control from the attackers.
I mean, one might argue that they
again,
were
it's
playing
just this
out.
coordination, this drone work. I think is just a bit sloppy from the orange team.
I mean, they
They're
had
just
taken
immediately,
blue.
as soon as they get control, going to get immediately flanked.
I mean, they'd taken blue already. They'd taken blue already. I mean, they were the nice frag onto error. I mean, hearing it, seeing the gunshots. I mean, they'd taken blue already. I mean, maybe they were getting a bit too comfortable thinking that no one's gonna flank them. But I mean, the cab is just there waiting. If he doesn't get droned out, this is gonna be just pure sloppy drone work here. Seems like he doesn't, but he's just rotating either way.
Kai, I'm guessing it's just, I mean, RDMP have got the round advantage, so they think they can just go for frags and just push in very quickly. And I think that's a cause of the sloppy drone work and the maybe poor comms.
I mean,
But
it's
we'll see.
sloppiness and laziness. I mean, droning. I mean, it's not like these guys don't have any time. These guys have a full. These guys have a full. Well, when they were droning, they had a minute 30. I mean, a minute 30 is a lot. To not be swinging around. Oh, the cab just getting caught here.
Yeah,
She's
Cab
still
getting
alive though.
spotted out on main stairs to put down to 20 health, but the sledge has been
Dark's
down.
injured here, and I mean they know where he is here. No able or gets the res though, just in time here.
That's the diffuser dropped in dirt as well by the
Ooh, big
thermite.
vertical. I mean,
Matty
TG4K
takes
have
a
the
nice
health
ball
advantage.
2v2 with 30 seconds left. I mean, it's pretty even game, but T4GK both full health, whereas the attackers have limited time left, very low HP. It's looking like a T.
Oh, 1v2 now. But look
Matthew
at the
with
help.
nice
Look
kill
at the
from
help.
bottom lane.
Look what look at the position CEO is in.
50
CEO
seconds
is
left.
watching. He
Attackers have recovered
they have
their
diffuser now, but Hibana has
10 seconds
diffuser
to
here.
go.
Gets a frag onto sledge here. He has to play time. He has to play time.
5 seconds left.
5 seconds, the swing comes out!
But
Wow,
RDMP, that's really
that was a
unlucky.
nice clutch, actually. I mean, looking at the health of them, I thought that was a T4GK round, but RDMP really pulled back there. The positioning was really good. One bottom main holding the cover fire. I mean, the player with diffuser heading in from dirt to get the plant off to cover the cross from church. It was just a really nice execute there. Clearly, the IGLs made some nice shot calls, and that was RDMP's round to clutch.
Church again. Sledge for my Ash Hibana IQ. I think they know it's gonna be Church already. Sledge to break all the floors. For my maybe to get blue, maybe dirt, or even Church will open. Ash kitchen hatch. Sorry, Hibana kitchen hatch. Ash Ash and IQ just really there to get frags. I mean,
Haven't some of the
Attackers need to
T4GK players
locate and
hit
defuse as
high
many bombs as they
diamond
can.
and champ this recently?
yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, once you start playing at these high ranks, you're gonna notice that people of low ranks play really weird, like compared to higher ranks. So maybe it's just a sense of getting used to these plays. But I mean, if you look at the stats here, you can tell the better players of TG4K. I mean, Bulls, Mortal, Highland getting the high frags here.
Yeah, I mean, Bulls has really been showing up for his team here, putting on a great performance. 14 kills across 8 rounds. That is pretty damn good for him.
I mean, look at these guys as well. Darks of UG getting 1 kill, Arrow 3 kills, Trove the 8 kills. I mean, it's pretty balanced out, but it seems like the two players of Arrow and Darks are just really holding Redemption back.
I mean, to be honest, the drone work's been there from Darks. I mean, being the IGL, it causes you to get less frags and drop back a bit more, but he has quite high deaths here. I mean,
10 seconds to go.
it's just swings and roundabouts, really, because there might be some with low kills, but Redemption is still pulling round after round after round against T4GK.
Attackers must locate
I
and
mean, if you look at the
defuse the
scoreboard,
bomb.
I mean, it's been a win for it's been a
Drop
small
the
peak
bomb
already.
diffuser.
A beautiful spawn peak already.
Attackers recovered the
I mean,
diffuser.
You gotta do what you got to do, to be honest. I mean, and already, it's pretty much one man down from the jump. Let's see how they play this. Go for stock take, and this is what I was talking about. The Hibana getting the hatches. Without that thermite now, they can't. They have to be very careful how they use their hatches, how they use their utility. Rushing down main here. This is what we're talking about. Sloppy drone work. No droning, no nothing, no clan clearing. I mean,
Yeah, this is really shoddy attack from Redemption. I mean, they've taken map control, but absolutely no drones to be seen. The vertical holes coming out from Troy and Barcode.
I mean, look at this.
Shooting into Mo.
They have
connect.
4 drones. They have 3 drones now. 3 drones, 2 minutes left. Why are you not droning? You have no reason not to drone. You may have site control, but they have a man advantage. These guys, look. TG4K, they're on drones. They're chilling. They're on cams, watching cams. You're not putting enough pressure. Arrow, taking some damage here.
Wow, the champ charm being flexed there by Mortal. That is one big achievement to get in Siege, especially in this day and age with all the cheats. That's huge.
The pre-play C4 already. Troy's dead. I mean,
All's double already. I mean, he just won't stop fragging this game. Barcode's got a really nice position at bottom lane. He's going to be making the push into Moto now. Will he be able to pick up any more kills? He's at 13 already. This game might be turning into Bulls versus Barcode right now. I mean, they're really just performing for their teams. Sia holding on to Church. Token with a nice angle onto Moto, but
I mean, look at this. This is a nice Church hold. Two people in Church. One in Arsenal watching. I mean,
yeah, it definitely looks like T4GK have a big advantage here. 4v3, 40 seconds left. Lots of utility has already been used.
I look at
by the
4v2
attackers.
here.
And Bulls, a
that
third
play in
kill,
Arsenal is
bottom
lucky.
main.
Having a play in Arsenal and pushing quad kill by Bulls. Let's see if he can get the
Up for the
ace.
ace. He's actually up for the ace. Let's spectate Bulls.
And he gets
And
the
he's gonna-
ace!
Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, I actually thought he deagled
Oh,
him
he
then.
didn't.
Oh, CEO just stealing the deagle whip from Bulls. That is so unfortunate. God, me and Kai were getting all excited then, thinking that was it.
When I
Ace.
saw that
But
shot, I was like, oh, that's
I thought that was a nice
nice.
shot in the back of the head from the deagle, but not quite.
Full 5 CC. We've seen this again. Maybe 6 picking for the Bandit with the Valk, and Flores being 6 pick for who? Let's see. For the Yana, and that's extra frags and Valkyrie being changed for Legion.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they
Game
can.
is just so close. I mean, it's like one team takes one round, one team takes another. There's been a couple of 2-round wins in a row from each side, but it's overall a really close game. I think both these teams, similar skill level, both have some pretty decent ideas of how to hold each objective on the map. But
I mean,
I mean,
this is not even TG4K's team. Bearing in mind, like, there's only around 2 people who are actually playing the team. The rest are subs. So, I mean, this is not really TG4K as you see it, but I mean, these are really well skilled players playing on the team. They don't know, and I mean, RDMP here. They're giving them a fight here. I mean, this is champs versus. We can even see. Well, champs versus
I think they're plat 1, diamond 3.
Plats. I mean,
RDMP.
this is good. But I mean, if TG4K wins this, no matter the score, it will be lovely because Redemption has been given the chat. Let's see if Redemption can redeem themselves from the loss they had to us on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of racial abuse from Redemption, which is definitely not going to go unnoticed. But I think if they can win this game, then they might be able to compensate for all the shit talking they've been doing. Certainly not the racism. I mean, that's definitely going to be a blacklist sanction for Troy.
I need to reload. Magnet deployed.
Interesting positions held from the defenders here. Again, quite a deep roam with the Mozzie playing below.
Attackers have
No,
located
he's just
a
going to
bomb.
be dropping back into bottom garage, and it looks like they're going to be just holding pretty close to site. At the start, I thought he was going to be heading down secret and playing the basement, but it looks like they're actually playing pretty close to site, playing it pretty safe. Oh.
Stay clear of the blast!
I mean, ready to go for the bedroom, take rush again. You know, just as you do, just running in here. I mean, we've seen Valkyrie. He's an excellent fragger here. He knows how to frag here. But I mean, do TG4K really care about losing bedroom? Probably. I mean, they can.
I mean, it looks like, yeah, it looks like they're not holding this side of the map at all. We saw Redemption do quite a nice long hold onto construction and master bedroom, but
Look at Bulls.
T4K.
Okay, look at Bulls now. He's gonna get. They haven't set up any flank for him here. Bulls knows where these guys are.
Balls. I think he's about to pull off a mad flank.
Oh, he's still downstairs in bar.
I think he's just holding the construction hatch drop here.
He might get error on. He might get error on main here. There's the hatch.
Interesting.
Throws another one. Ooh,
I think that was a bit of a waste of 2 impacts there, to
well,
be honest. But
Mortal does get the frag onto Troy, which is good.
Troy is one of the top performers for RDMP. Balls finds one onto Aero, and it's a 5v3 early on.
Oh, and
Oh.
that's token here. He nearly dies.
Nice game sense there from Barcode as he's trying to find the feet of the player behind green box. Token's going to be taking some damage.
I mean, they have 2 players in construction, and well,
Darts with his second kill.
that's a
instantly
lovely C4
refragged
with
the
the
C4.
double kill
and a
by
double
Highland.
for Highland.
Last one's on bridge. I mean, it's an easy round for us.
Oh.
And see how takes the last kill. 5-5. I mean, TG4K
That
are
was
not
really
coming to play
nice.
now. I think TG4K have turned on finally. Started to get these frags in.
I mean, I think it's just they finally got themselves into the game, got the tempo, got the communication, and they just seem like they're actually T4GK. They're actually together. They're coordinating. I mean, I think they're countering a lot of RDMP's sloppy drone work and sort of rush play with just hold the angles, play the site, and I mean it's just working.
I mean, sloppy drone work loses you rounds. I mean, obviously Barcoder is an excellent fragger. He can frag and he wins most of his fights. But the sloppy drone work that's getting him, he's getting that one pick. But in him getting that one pick, he's causing the death of him and another teammate because they're just rushing in.
It's just an insta refrag. In fact, it's more than a refrag. It's a refrag and then another frag, because it's just everyone follows Barcode, tries to get into the objective, and it ends up in the whole attack just falling apart. We've seen it almost
Attackers
3
need to
rounds in a
locate and
row.
defuse as many bombs as they
It's,
can.
yeah, definitely pretty unusual for an attacking team to do this at such a high skill level as well. I mean, I wouldn't really expect that from a high platinum diamond squad, but there we go. Again, if Darks and Era can pick up a few more frags here and balance the table out for RDMP, I mean, it's definitely achievable a win here, but T4GK really look like they're definitely coming together a lot more and going to close this one out, as they do have the defender's advantage. Just 2 more rounds and then they could see themselves with a victory.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I hope our casting's been alright today, Kai, as I mean, it's our first time doing it together and my first time casting in about a year, so bit of practice for me.
Jammer ready.
Reloading! Calibrating air compression. All set.
10 seconds to go.
Reservoir going up.
5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
I mean, Troy's just giving them chat. I mean,
Oh, is he still doing that?
but he's doing positive.
But to be honest, most of his frags were on the defensive side. I think since he's been in attack, I don't know, he's sort of slowed down the frags. I mean, most of RDMP has actually. It looks like they're starting to fold under the pressure from T4GK. I guess it's just that because they're a new team, they don't quite have the coordination that T4GK do. However, the gun skill on the side of Redemption has been really good throughout this matchup. It's just the outstanding gunplay from Troy and Barcode so far in this matchup.
Look at them trying to get the whole nading.
Yeah, I think that's quite a waste of a smoke actually. If they droned out to see how many ADSs or how many Whammo discs were stacked there, which I'm sure they find there's not that many, they could have saved themselves wasting that utility.
I mean, look at this. Bulls is in the corner here. Wait, I think he knows. Surely Bulls knows. He's waiting for the Ash to come up here.
Yeah, Troy's just running around in the basement. I don't think he's
Yep,
droned
and
it
that's
at all.
the frag,
And Bulls takes down Troy. Poor drone work again. The support players aren't droning Troy in, and Troy's just lost out
I mean,
due to...
this is
again.
the greediness we've been talking about from the start of that match. This greediness, this eagerness to kill. You should be eager to kill, but being greedy doesn't win you rounds. Being greedy
Yeah, I mean,
wins
it's
you
great that
fights.
they're trying to take so much map control so early on, but it's not great that they're not droning. They're sort of just rushing in and assuming everything's clear, which is really making them fold.
So they've done a
under
really bad thing
pressure.
here. As you can see, they have look. Okay, just rush.
Oh,
just run
dear.
in. Thinking that
Oh,
he's gonna
no.
peek. Lose it to
Bomb
defuse.
diffuser has been
Oh,
dropped.
that is poor from Darks. That is poor. Running in and contesting a mirror. Thinker.
Ooh, gets the frag
Oh,
hit.
Barcode. Wow.
I think he did try to shoot.
Liberating.
Oh, the Barcode with the double.
Barcode's just out-dueling them one
And
by one
shoots
on
out
their
his
own
shooting
mirror. This is
teammate.
incredible
I mean,
stuff.
2v1 here, Barcode here. Let's see if he has any more finger stims.
Yeah, I think Barcode sort of has sight control, but
I mean, he's
I don't know
stuck
if
in
his-
bathroom here. They
his
know where
health
he
is
is.
really working against him, isn't it?
Look at this. One south on main, one in construction here. He stims himself. Cool.
Yeah, the 2 remaining defenders have quite a nice
Attackers
pinch
recover
onto
the bomb
Barcode, but he does have the diffuser
They know
in
he.
hand now.
Listen, they know where he is. He's gone for the plant here. Knows he's gonna fake it. They swing out, wasting some time here. 17 seconds. Look at the clock.
15 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I think he's going to lose it on the timer.
They run up. He hears
That's
them.
it.
He fakes again.
10 seconds
But they're
left.
already flanking him. Look at this. Nice.
Oh, balls again. Wow.
TG4K are playing timeout. They know they're just playing with him. They're playing with us. I mean, they know he has no time. He sticks to plant. He's too focused on the guy that's gonna push in construction. Doesn't think about the guy that's gonna push in bathroom. And as quick as that, it's match point for TG4K. I mean, it's church now. Look at the score sheet. TG4K 3 rounds in a row.
Wow, 22 frags for Bulls. That is incredible.
I mean, Bulls is the MVP, obviously. I mean, look at this. As I said before, I was sure that TG4K were easy gonna wipe them on defense. I mean, look at their attack rounds. They have correction. Look at their defense rounds. They have full defense. They have 4 defense rounds. But I mean, these guys don't know how to attack. Sloppy droning, like winning their frags, winning their 1v1s, but just not able to be playing as a team.
I think they made an error here, picking off Nomad to Ying. I think the Nomad could have been useful because they've been very susceptible to flanks. I mean, they're just not getting the flank drone set up, and the drone work's just been pretty shoddy on the attacks from RDMP. So I think forfeiting that Nomad to cut off the flanks for them is a really big error. Let's hope Troy will use the Candelas and the smokes on the Ying to his advantage.
I mean, it's just a standard defense basement.
Wall's done.
Was reinforced. Barbed wire. Placing dark.
Activate camera.
I can't believe how much Aruni has been played in this game. I think almost every round we've seen an Aruni.
Let's again.
I mean,
really good operator, and I mean, Fawn is banned currently this season, but next season we should expect to see Fawn being played a lot. For example, the Fawn with the Belusi is unstoppable. Place a Fawn next, place a Belusi near a Fawn, and I mean, she's unstoppable. I mean, next season in Pro League and in T4 and T5 or whatever, T4 and higher tiers, we're gonna see a lot of Fawns and Belusi being played. I mean, it's just a matter of time. But as the league starts, you're gonna see more and more teams learning different ops and teams maybe even strategically banning other teams' better maps.
yeah.
5 seconds to go.
I mean, I just think Redemption have really thrown it here.
Attackers
I've really seen them struggling now. They were doing so well at the start. It looked like, I mean, after they lost the first round, they really turned up the heat and started playing so well. Got 3 rounds in a row, and now it's just a completely poor drones, poor communication. But it looks like here they're getting themselves together, doubling up, pushing into garage. So looks like they're a bit more together and coordinated. The drone work from Troy.
I mean, you can double stack Gyrage if you can double stack blue if you want to, but if there's one person holding blue, and all it takes one person who's holding blue just to spray down blue tunnel, and I mean 2 people can die as quickly as that.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
is it really that smart to double up with no utility?
It looks like we have a player of the defensive side playing behind the generator,
I mean,
and Bulls is going to find a pick onto Troy immediately.
As I said, rushing down the tunnel is really dangerous. It takes one good player to swing. That's it.
I can't believe how well Bulls has done this game. 23, that is incredible.
Oh, he actually, okay, Matty wins the gunfight with a smoking blue, but I'm sure, and with Pro League rules, you can't tell if somebody's injured. He's getting
I think they've taken away the points notification in ranked as well.
Yeah, they have.
All across the game.
Let's see.
Bulls, another one on Tobacco. This is incredible. Can we spectate Bulls? This is, he just doesn't stop killing people. He really doesn't.
I mean, Moses is just playing with a suit at this point. I mean, he's just turning up the heat here. I mean, they can't really do anything to here, as you can see. He's playing stairs. They've taken back blue control. One's pushing blue though. Look at this. Look at this setup.
It's very low HP. Let's spectate Darks. He gets the frag onto Mortal. Nice kill from Darks. Mortal has absolutely no idea he's pushing in. But the smoke's going to swing out now. Very low HP. And Darks finds him. Darks finds another.
He gets some
beautiful frags coming out from Darks here. Can he get a third in the round? He's going to get let out. And Darks with a triple.
Token gets the headshot here. 2v2.
Darks absolutely showing up for his team. Jaeger's just going to be playing box 1, swinging out, and Darks finally getting taken out. The butt
it's a GG.
And T4GK to win 7-5. A nice attempt from Darks and Buck there, trying to clutch up the round for their team, but not quite enough. A really good matchup there from Redemption and T4GK.
I mean, Redemption have not redeemed themselves, and TG4K have just walked through. I mean, TG4K many balls.
Let's
but
see that
still,
scoreboard.